Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. I'm your host, Chump Changes, live recorder. We go live every single day talking about crypto. So let's see what we have going on today. We have Sam Altman has actually been hired by Microsoft, which is pretty interesting. Kaspa breaks a new all-time high, which is insane. I still can't believe it already broke another all-time high again. And then we just have some Bitcoin stuff, right? We're gonna go over more or less sentiment in the market. Altcoin Daily has a video dropping about is now the time to buy Bitcoin. That's pretty much what it comes down to. And I also have some guy that's going to be charting Bitcoin, sorry, not Bitcoin, Kaspa, and it's just kind of see where the charts are going. It's like a 4-minute video, not too bad. But let's see who's in the chat, and then we'll get into this. Mr. Dom G, good morning. Andrew Masad, Royce Adventure, Chris Hanley, Backwards Miner, Rob Mines. Appreciate you guys for all being members. You're all amazing. Leo Lustig, Mr. Caveman Mining, what's up? Good morning. Let me see who else is here. Let me scroll up in the chat. Black Cat Crypto, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. All set. Steven Cicero, my man. Dumpster Fire. We have Dan R. You guys are all fantastic. I got my It's Fine mug here. As you guys can see, I love this mug. It's hysterical. It's absolutely hysterical. If you guys are interested in merch, it is like QR code right here. That's so hard to point at. It's backwards. All right, let's get into this. Check out the market today, and then we'll go from there. And I never changed the damn text on the bottom of this screen. I'm gonna have to do that. But anyways, we're looking at BTC 37,331. We have Ethereum over $2,000 again, which is amazing. Let's see. So Kaspa right now is down, but it's down at 13.8 cents, like, or 13.8 rather, right? That's pretty good, if I do say so myself. I apologize, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to change this because it's really annoying me that I didn't do it already. All right, let's see. If you guys have any questions in the chat, please feel free to ask as always. And yeah, 1 second. There we go. I think that's better. All right. Let's check out Crypto Bubbles, see what we got on the week. So, biggest earner on the week. Look at Kaspa's up 71%. I think this is in the last 7 days. I assume they would consider the week, not like a 5-day work week type deal. It's going to be full 7 days. So, 71% in 7 days is insane. We have Render. Render's up 55.3%. Wow, $3.64. Damn, I thought I missed, like, I didn't think I missed the boat, but like, I remember me and DJ were talking about it, and we're like, oh, we're gonna wait for it to get back to $1.55 before we get back in, or you know, closer to $1.50, and now it's at $3.64. That's great. RIP investment strategies. We have Teo right here. Bit Sensor, what is it? Bitensor rather. We are at $284, 93.6%. We have Pancake Swap 18.4% up on the week. Let's check out the daily, see what the biggest earner on the day is. Looks like it's going to be that Teo coin right there, 20.5%. We have Lido, let's see. Yeah, 251, 10.9%. We have Near, 14.6%. SNX, which is synthetics. Man, I cannot talk this morning. $3.59. I apologize, guys. This is brutal. Absolutely brutal. Anyways, let's continue on to the Fear and Greed Index. We are at 69. Things are pushing more towards the green side, but again, I don't really get too concerned until it gets past like 75-ish. Let's check out the top 10 coins by coin market cap. We have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, XRP, Solana, USDC, Lido staked Ether, Cardano, and Dogecoin. Just check out where Litecoin is. Litecoin's in 18th. We have Shiba in 19th, Bitcoin Cash in 21st, and Kaspa has landed in 27th, and it's been holding in 27th, which is amazing and crazy at the same time. It's just, how long do you guys think it's honestly going to be before this gets to a top 10 coin? Just honestly, it's really not that far. What is it? $3 billion market cap, just about. Let's see, top 10 Dogecoin. That's about a 3 or 4x, about a 4x, right? Just a little bit under a 4x right there for the 10th place. I mean, I don't see why it couldn't get there, but even being where it's at right now with a $3 billion market cap and everybody actually you know, longing and shorting this now, it's kind of crazy to think that it's still holding this well. You know, I thought shorts were totally going to kill that, but hey, is what it is. All right, let's check out the mining segment of the day. Let's talk about some crypto miners and stuff. Just kind of go over this stuff, see what we're getting per day on these machines. So we get the WindMiner K9 again. This is at 10 cents per kilowatt hour. looking at $289 per day. We have the Antminer KS3, which is the 9.4 terahash. That is $263. We have the KS3 8.3 terahash, which is $232. The Ice River KS3, which is $223 a day. We have the KS3M, which is making $165 a day. We have the KS2, $54 a day. KS1, $27 a day. And let's see the KS Pro down here, $5.54 per day. Again, all at 10 cents per kilowatt hour, but regardless of how big this number is, like literally these machines are still profitable, and it kind of mind-blowing, to be honest. I think I'm going to be putting out a video a little later today, if I have a chance to, kind of talk about these Kaspa miners, because the overall oh, real quick, sorry, this thing's going off in my ear. Let's see who just who did that, who became a member. Sustainable Crypto, appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much, you're awesome, man. We have also Mr. Dan R, member for 6 months. Boom shakalaka, it's always a good time to buy Bitcoin. 100%, totally agree. All right, appreciate you guys. We have oh, you know what, I forgot to do the hash rate giveaway yesterday. Damn, I've been so busy, I apologize. We'll do that today for the members. We have, all right, so the Ice River machines, right? I actually personally FOMO'd into Kaspa machines. All right, let me get this thing situated. I gotta change this text here too. Man, I am a mess today, I apologize, guys. We so the Ice Rivers, right? So I ended up actually just trading Mr. Red Panda Mining all of my CPU mining rigs for some Kaspa KS0s. So that's happening, and yeah, I'm actually excited about it, because dude, they've been all off in my trailer anyway. So I'm like, you know what, let's get rid of these things, it's about time. But I don't think people are fully understanding like these Kaspa miners, and man, it's like, it's a risk, but to me it's not, because there's so many positives towards it. Now looking at, like, you know, all these prices here, right? Let's see, let me go back to this screen. So the prices on these units, if you look, you go to anybody in the, you know, selling game right now, basically the resellers like, you know, Charlie Lynn, Hot Crypto, T Swift, whoever you go to, the prices of the KS1, if you typically times that by 5 or divide it by 5, that's usually the price of the KS0 Pro, right? Now if you add 5 of these together, it comes out to 1 terahash, and they're 100 watts a piece, so it would be 500 watts, right? Looking at this KS1, it's 1 terahash. Okay, so that's as much as you'd get with 5 of those KS0s, and you'd be saving 100 watts by running the KS0s versus this one machine. And then, not to mention, look at the Bitcoin miners, right? This miner right here, okay, just for example, this S21 Hydro, this is a 335 terahash unit. Look at the wattage, absolutely disgusting. Okay, look at the yield, $15.87. Theoretically, looking at the price of all of these Kaspa miners and how much they're yielding per day, those are the most efficient Bitcoin miners. If you just point them to NiceHash, you're going to get literally like quadruple the amount of Bitcoin that you would earn from a normal Bitcoin machine, because you're not paying disgusting amounts of electricity. You're going to be getting at least a double yield. It makes, I don't understand. I got to make a video about this. It just makes no sense to me. And I'm not a huge advocate of NiceHash, to be honest, but it just makes sense. I don't know what you guys think about that. It really just makes sense. I don't know. I could be missing something. You guys let me know. Anyways, let's check out Ice River over here if you guys are interested. I do have links in the description below. KS0 still go for $429. Wow. But you know what, this is not all in. You're still gonna have to pay taxes and shipping and all that ish, and it doesn't come with a PSU, so just keep all that stuff in mind when you guys are looking at this stuff. In the bigger units, you will possibly get hit with tariffs, so please make sure you're aware of that as well. I think it's under $600. I think it's under $600 where you don't get hit with tariffs. I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's just my my opinion. All right, let's get into this next segment. We're going to be talking about the news and Sam Altman getting or quitting rather, and then yeah, getting hired by Microsoft. So let's check this out. This is CNBC television, about a 7-minute video. Let's see what they got to say over here, guys. Hit that like button. Appreciate you all for watching. Let's do it.
Let's talk about it. The breaking news overnight, the soap opera that was virtually all weekend for those who were following it. Former OpenAI CEO Sam Altman of this saga at the very end.
I think they have technical difficulties. I thought it was my computer upstairs, but clearly you can hear it like kind of cut out. It like freezes for a second. So bear with me. If it gets bad, we'll just change this.
He's now going to be joining Microsoft to lead a new advanced AI research team. That's according to a post on X by Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella that said that the former chair of OpenAI's board, Greg Brockman, will also join that research team. In case you missed the boardroom drama that sent shockwaves through the tech world late Friday, here's a quick rundown of what happened. First, on Friday afternoon, 4 of OpenAI's 6 board members voted to fire Altman as CEO.
Oh, wow. 4 out of the 6 board members wanted to fire his ass? Wow.
Had been building, and part of our disagreements about the potential dangers of artificial intelligence. The board did not believe Altman was communicating honestly with them. Altman was notified about that via video meeting on Friday that he had been fired. Then Greg Brockman, who was not part of that meeting, although he's the chair of the board, he was stripped of that role. He was told he was going to be the president of the company, but he quit in protest on Friday night. Several other executives and senior researchers also resigned. And the move shocked the company's employees and major investors, including Microsoft, that didn't know about any of this. They were told all at the very, not even after the fact. Those investors then pressured the board members to try to bring Altman back. And on Sunday, Altman posted a photo of himself at X, OpenAI's headquarters, wearing a visitor badge with the comment, "First and last time I ever wear one of these." I think originally with the hope of working there, but talks.
Real quick, Mr. Geek of All Trades in the chat says, how do you get fired on your day off? Which is hysterical. Let's see. Game with Smokey Dan in the chat says, with all the BTC that NiceHash gets from easy mining, you would think of them bringing out an ETF or something like it. Yeah, I don't know if that's possible. Let me see. Mr. Nexton Mining India, if you guys didn't see our video yesterday, we did do a great kind of like a roundtable with him, and I definitely appreciate you coming on the channel. You're awesome. So if you guys didn't see that, go check it out. But he said the KS0 Pro on Ice River is now the December 15th through December 30th batch. So you guys got to make sure that you're like understanding it's not going to be shipped from between the 15th and the 30th, or until the 15th and the 30th, you know. So just be wary of that. I appreciate you saying that in the chat. Thank you.
Between Altman and the board reportedly reached an impasse over the makeup of the role of the board. And then early this morning, Microsoft CEO announced that Altman would be joining the new research team. Meantime, CNBC has learned that OpenAI has hired former Twitch CEO Emmett Shear as its new CEO. And when that piece of it was told, I'm told to Sam Altman, he was,
wait, what?
I think, in shock. That part actually came before.
Wait. Whoa. What? Incoming OpenAI CEO is the former Twitch CEO? That's a drastic change, isn't it? That's weird as hell.
I think in shock. That part actually came before I think Microsoft technically hired him. But nonetheless, it's been a wild back and forth, a huge weekend as it comes for AI technology that folks think is potentially super innovative and super amazing, but also as...
Man, their technical difficulties are killing me this morning. This guy looks super tired.
It raises all sorts of questions about governance. This was a very unique model of having this sort of not-for-profit overseeing what ultimately was a for-profit piece of it. Of course, Sam Altman never had equity in that piece. A lot of folks there didn't. And now, of course, the question is, how is this all going to work in the future with Sam and Greg at Microsoft? What do they know? What can they take from the world of OpenAI and bring that to Microsoft? There are so many questions this morning. And what happens to so many of the other employees?
More questions than answers, right? I mean, Andrew, this is like such a crazy, batty story trying to figure it out. Microsoft has invested $13 billion in OpenAI to get a 49% stake. That 49% stake basically didn't get them any say in how the company was going to be run.
Oh, wow.
And now Microsoft share is actually up by about 1.5% today, but I can't figure it out. I mean, they spent $13 billion and they're still saying that they're supporting OpenAI, but now they're hiring all of these people, Altman and all these other people, coming over from OpenAI, what will they be able to use? What will they not be able to use? Where are their intellectual property kind of
I think the idea is they get to protect. This is really an effort to protect the investment. I mean, what they do get,
right.
What they do get is all. I mean, look, OpenAI is materially right now so far ahead of everybody else, including Google. Google may be getting closer to catching up, and there is an issue, which is, if you buy enough chips and you can train enough on them, you can get pretty close. The question is, was there a step change even in the past couple of weeks where OpenAI got even closer to what's called AGI, which is artificial general intelligence? So I think part of what was happening all weekend from Microsoft's perspective was trying to just save what they have more than anything, protect the investment they have. And the question is how these two organizations will continue to work together. Interestingly, by the way,
now how long do you think it's going to be before Microsoft just buys out OpenAI as a whole? Like, I mean, they're just going to run shit now. There's no way.
Run by a not-for-profit. It's actually very unclear how much influence any kind of for-profit entity or others could technically have on the company. Otherwise, you lose your not-for-profit status. That's
wow.
Yeah, we've been taking some hits on Andrew's shot, and we will effort. I don't think I'd ever use the word effort. Are you back, Andrew? We're taking some hits on that. I mean, it is hard to. If you're worried about AI, you'd want a non-profit, a not-for-profit overseeing things. But if you know what makes the world go round and what keeps people honest and watching expenses and everything else is a for-profit venture. So I don't know how you try to do it.
Well, that's the debate in Silicon Valley. Is it the thing that keeps things honest or not, or does it push them too quickly to try and turn a profit?
Well, in this case,
disregard some of the security.
It reminds me of biotech, because it reminds me of biotech. If you move too quickly, I mean, I'm not saying Wuhan that was due to that, but you're playing with fire when you have things that could. You could create something that could be the end of mankind. I guess it's, in a way, it's not, maybe way down the road, it's a similar concern, but it's dangerous.
It's very dangerous because, like, the way AI works is, like, AI is going to have a trajectory path, right? Where they're just it's going to go no matter what. And it's no different than us building a road and, like, right through an anthill, right? Like, no hard feelings, but like this road's going here whether we want it to be there or not. So that's how AI is going to be to humanity, at least in my opinion.
In the same way. So you wouldn't want people that just all they thought about was profit running either a biotech firm or an AI firm. You want governors and guardrails and everything, but it's hard in practice to do it, which I think you're seeing right now.
But now by the way, now all of them are going to be for profit. I mean, if you think about it, Google, Inflection, now it's effectively Microsoft, Elon Musk, XAI, which is another piece of news I'm sure we're going to talk about in a minute. So there's, everybody turns into a for-profit, and maybe those motives, I mean, this goes to a free market situation. I don't know, maybe that's better, maybe it's worse. There is a little bit of that EA, effective altruism piece of this that sort of is on top of it.
You meant Electronic Arts.
And that, by the way,
probably great for gaming. Probably AI is great for EA.
What is happening? Turning into a Misamining Saturday Night Live. That's going on. Mr. Geek of all trades in the chat real quick just said, let's see, he said, no, Microsoft is making their own chips now. They will buy the smart people at OpenAI, but might make an offer once they tear the company apart. And that's kind of more or less what I was thinking as well, to be honest. Real quick, actually, you know what, let's play this. This is Bloomberg television over here. This is a minute and 35 seconds. Let's see what they got to say here real quick.
Well, it seems like this is the new future for Sam Altman. As you say, it was a whirlwind weekend, and who would have predicted last week that this is what we'd be looking at today? So yes, Altman, along with Craig Brockman, the former president at OpenAI, joining Microsoft. That's been confirmed by Nadella.
Oh wow, so it was two of them. It was Altman and Brockman. Wow.
This post, who also says he remains committed to OpenAI. Microsoft have a 49% stake in that business. What we saw over the weekend was Sam Altman actually going to the offices of OpenAI. There was some disagreement over whether or not the board would actually bring him back in, because we know that senior executives within the business of OpenAI, and of course their important investors and Microsoft, wanted him back in. Ultimately, the board didn't acquiesce to some of those demands, and this appears to be the solution that Microsoft and others have have come to.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. It feels like there's two camps, right?
Yeah.
Pro-Altman, against Altman. So now we understand that he'll spearhead Microsoft AI's research team. If you look at the share price, I think we're pre-market, and actually Microsoft is up. So how do you see that playing out?
Yeah, Microsoft getting a lift on the back of this news. If you read it one way, they've got a camp or a foot in both camps. They continue to have their investment in OpenAI. We'll watch if that holds on the back of this. And now they have Altman and Brockman within Microsoft building out this new AI research team. Of course, Google, Alphabet Google, they have DeepMind, and that's very much, of course, embedded within the Google infrastructure, and that's done huge progress and has made huge progress over the last decade. This is an opportunity for Microsoft, arguably, to close the gap on that front while still having exposure to OpenAI and all of their corporate clients. They have about 90% of Fortune 500 companies using ChatGPT and other tools that have been developed by OpenAI.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. Yeah, Geek of All Trades, you're not wrong, man, in the chat, stating that, you know, they're going to just continue to hire everybody from OpenAI, because why not? Like, now that they're making their own silicon chips, why the hell do they have to worry about it, you know? Right here, Microsoft hires Sam Altman, Greg Brockman after departure from OpenAI. I should have just read this before I opened it up, and then maybe I would have known they hired both of them. It's kind of crazy. Let's see. So as you guys just kind of got the whole story, but this guy, Satya Nadella, said, "We remain committed to our partnership with OpenAI and have confidence in our product roadmap, our ability to continue to innovate with everything we announced at Microsoft Ignite, and in continuing to support our customers and partners. We look forward to getting to know blah, blah, blah." Probably just talking about more or less hiring these guys. And then Sam Altman tweets, "The mission continues." I left a link to this article in the description below if you guys are interested. I'm not going to get through reading the whole thing. And then we have, let's see, this is kind of actually decent news. Bitcoin friendly Javier Milei, that's how you say that, I'm not sure, wins Argentina presidential election. So apparently this guy is a huge, oh, they don't even show a picture of him. Damn it. He's a huge advocate though for Bitcoin, and he won the election over in Argentina. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. With almost 99% of the votes counted, Milei won over 55% of the votes, giving him a nearly 3 million vote lead according to Bloomberg data. That's crazy. So he's a huge Bitcoin advocate, and I guess he kind of shits on the Argentina peso, if I'm not mistaken. So if you guys are interested, again, this link is in the description below. I just don't have enough time to go through everything. All right, let's I want to get into this. So this is a guy called More Crypto over on YouTube. Guys, subscribe to him if you're not already. He is down in the description below. This is just a Kaspa charting section, so I want to see what this guy comes up with and kind of what he talks about over here, just because we did hit a brand new all-time high. We broke 15 cents last night. And yeah, I don't know. I'm anticipating a pullback. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the chat.
Hello and welcome to another update video about Kaspa. So Kaspa reached the next Fibonacci level that was communicated at 14.6 cents. Above that level, we've got 16.4 cents, 25 cents, and possibly 36. There are two scenarios we observe. That shouldn't be anything new to anyone who's been watching the videos recently. We have the first scenario, which is the yellow one, which indicates a leading diagonal is unfolding 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're now in a fifth wave, which is an extension, okay, and which can reach these targets I indicated. Above 25.5 cents, however, I have to assume that the white wave count is playing out, which is also bullish, okay? So it really escalated when it broke above this breakout point here that we explained to you, where we had an ascending triangle pattern that was really the breakout point. At the moment, we can really only use Fibonacci extensions to understand where this might be heading. The problem is if it's a diagonal, really, it doesn't really have a target. It will just keep going until it gets exhausted. That's the problem when we're dealing with diagonal structures. However, seems like in this diagonal, we are dealing with an impulse. So a diagonal pattern means that the subwave structures consist of corrective patterns. So for example, the wave 5 that we're dealing with at the moment here consists of an A, B, C structure. And it seems like that the C wave is an impulse. So we're going to take a look at that in a minute.
I mean, impulse, does he mean impulse by FOMO? Because I can tell you right now, FOMO's real, man. I got it too. It's kind of, I don't know. Again, don't take any of this as the financial advice or anything along those lines. Obviously, do your own research. But it's like, I FOMO'd into machines when I could have, bought them a couple months ago. I just wasn't really on board until the other day. So It's not, and it's not even just because the price discovery. It's actually, it was about a month ago when I really started like kind of digging into Kaspa, and it just makes sense. It really does just make sense.
The white wave count, we're just dealing with a larger A, B, C structure. And for the C wave, the minimum target is 36 cents, which means we have two bullish counts. One is slightly less bullish. The other one is more bullish. And in this wave count, we can go higher as long as micro support levels are holding. In the analysis or through the analysis, we get these support levels. So let's zoom in. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. Here you can see that, yeah, as I said, we are now likely in this C wave to the upside, which is a 5-wave move. And it is likely that we completed the wave 1, the wave 2. Here was a potential entry point, this support area. Then we had a breakout here. And now this third wave seems to be running. The third wave is certainly an impulse. And we can, well, we likely are moving currently in this third wave still, which is already very extended, so it doesn't really need to push any higher. The third wave has now reached the, let's just double check what extension level it has reached. It's reached the 2.382 extension, so it's done what it needs to do, really. It's pretty much overextended already. Third waves do extend, that's not a problem. And what we can do, we can watch for higher prices against support.
Real quick, you know what I'm noticing here? Just like looking at this line he drew, we usually get like, it looks like, you know, a lower high and then a higher high, and then we have the pullback. Lower high and then the higher high, and then we have a pullback. You know what I mean? Well, this is kind of like a sideways move, to be honest, but it seems to be, I don't know. I wonder if that's like some sort of pattern, if we're going to see that. It was weird though. It's crazy that this thing, it just keeps pushing through highs, man. It's like it's all-time highs. It's been broken consistently in the past like 3 weeks.
So the support level here is the 7.8 cent level, which means at some point a fourth wave pullback is due. As long as 7.8 cents is holding, we should get a fifth wave higher, which could then reach the 16.4 cent level or even 25.5. After that fifth wave, we should then form a more or less lasting top. Which doesn't mean it's bearish, but it might get a deeper pullback. We will have to, so in both counts, higher is expected still, especially against 7.8 cents. But once we have wave 4 complete and we are in the last wave in the yellow count, we will also need to pay very close attention to the white count, yeah? And we'll then probably add a microstructure there as well, because we're then getting to a point where these two wave counts might split. At the moment, they are moving basically as mirror counts. Okay, so that should now give you the next targets, should give you the higher level expectation, and should also give you the level against which we can still focus on higher. Below that 7.8 cent level, however, we have a good understanding that the trend is changing from an uptrend into a downtrend. That's my update about Kaspa.
Pretty interesting. Shout out to More Crypto over here on YouTube. Again, link in the description below if you guys are interested in checking out what he has to say. All right, this is a video from 3 days ago. All right, it is Top Bitcoin Watcher says he is seeing an encouraging rally in crypto, and I just think it's important for you guys to listen to, and then we'll get into Mr. Austin from Altcoin Daily. Let's do it.
Bitcoin down today, but not out. Our next guest says the recent crypto rally is encouraging, with a 40% move higher since early September. How much more upside is there for the digital coin? Let's bring in Grayscale Investment CEO Michael Sonnenschein. Michael, welcome. Great to have you with us.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
The premise behind the rise in Bitcoin is that an ETF is going to be approved by the SEC, and all of a sudden everybody's going to want to be in it. There's going to be a lot of buying of Bitcoin, et cetera. Why should we believe that new money will be attracted into Bitcoin once an ETF is approved, as opposed to capital being reallocated within the Bitcoin universe?
It's a great...
Well, as you guys know, the ETF was delayed on Friday, right? Or was it Thursday? I think it was Friday. But anyways, it was delayed. So pushing it off, I don't know. Hopefully they do it before the end of the year, but at this point, it might go over, just over the beginning of the year. I don't think they'll push it exceeding the 10th deadline that they have for January 10th.
Great question. You know, today, without having spot Bitcoin ETFs in the market, there is nearly $30 trillion of advised wealth in the U.S. just alone that needs access to crypto, that needs access to Bitcoin, and by and large hasn't had access to it. So the onset of Bitcoin ETFs, spot Bitcoin ETFs, will really open the door to financial advisors, advised wealth, really to have the opportunity to participate in Bitcoin in a way that they really haven't had before.
So the $30 trillion number is just the assets under management in wealth accounts. It's not actually money that wants to go into Bitcoin. So in your assumption, what percentage of those assets wants an allocation to Bitcoin?
Well, we can start to play around with some numbers. Let's talk about what percentage of that universe wants Bitcoin exposure, over what time period are they going to allocate to it, what is their target allocation going to be, and you pretty quickly get to some pretty large numbers.
Michael, what do you think, again, when investors are thinking about diversification and they're looking for the sorts of assets that have the potential to outperform over the long run, this is very new for all intents and purposes. What do you think the bull case is right now into 2024 for having an allocation in Bitcoin, whether it's in spot, you know what I mean, or whether it's in a ETF, that sort of thing? What is the bull case for all those trillions that are looking for a home?
I think for most investors, when they look at Bitcoin itself, the use case that resonates with the largest percentage of them is really looking at Bitcoin as a digital gold. It's gold meant for a more digitized age. It's more portable. It's more divisible. It has arguably greater utility. And that alone is a really large market that has not been addressed yet.
Michael, how about the broadening of this rally? We talk all the time about, the broader market is 7 stocks. Are we seeing breadth? But, your point is that you're seeing breadth across the digital asset space, and that this rally, which is like Bitcoin's, up 120% in a year, probably garden variety of moves that we've seen at different times. But how about the other parts of the entire spectrum?
It's a great question. We are seeing from investors that they want to move beyond just Bitcoin and Ethereum into other parts of crypto, but a lot of them don't even know where to start. We recently introduced a new framework. It's called the Grayscale Crypto Sectors, and it borrows from sector investing in traditional assets like equities, but really helps investors break down the use cases, the differentiation amongst different protocols, and ultimately will allow them to develop the vocabulary and the metrics to be able to monitor developments across crypto, not just in its 2 largest assets by market cap.
Today's sell-off notwithstanding, it appears as though each time a rate cut gets pulled forward, Bitcoin goes higher in terms of the price. Is that an accurate correlation?
It's over a relatively short period of time, right? A lot of investors have been thinking throughout this year that a recession is coming. They've been looking at inflationary pressures. A lot of investors have different views on Bitcoin. Some of them have looked at it as an inflation hedge, but there's a lot of investors that are just positioned net long because they're excited about Bitcoin as a new technology. So it's too hard to say what those little knee-jerk reactions are to things like a new CPI print.
So you talked a little bit about the wealth market and the interest there. What are you seeing from the institutional market? Are you seeing continued demand, especially given what we just talked about with rates?
I think that the introduction of the spot Bitcoin ETF will allow for institutions to participate as well. What's been interesting about crypto, as opposed to other asset classes that came along before it, it was usually institutions who had access first, and then it eventually trickled its way down to retail. In the case of crypto, it went to retail first, and institutions by and large haven't been able to participate, and certainly having regulated instruments like ETFs will allow them to participate.
I wanted to get your quick take, Michael, because some of the arguments against a Bitcoin ETF is, the SEC is worried about fraud and manipulation. And granted, Bitcoin is not the same as XRP, but we saw that prank where there was an application, quote, fake one, filed on behalf of BlackRock. It was not true for an ETF that tracks XRP, and we saw XRP move 10%. How do you think about that? Because I understand it's not as deep of a market, but this shows that it's so easily manipulated.
You see those types of misinformations, not just in crypto, but across all types of asset classes, okay? And a simple tweet can, send stocks moving in one direction or another. We see it all the time. I think it's a really strong reminder as you are navigating the investment landscape, who you invest with, right? A lot of folks are thinking about differentiation, competition in the market. We're a company that holds ourselves out to be a crypto expert. We've been doing this for 10 years. We're operationally ready to operate GBTC as an ETF. And so as you're thinking about where you want to go for that exposure, who you do it with is really going to matter.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's going to matter. But at the same time, guys, like I've said it a million times, like I don't know how many times I could say it. It's like a broken record at this point, but it's going to be a double-edged sword with the ETF. It is. It's going to be a double-edged sword. You guys should hold your own Bitcoin. You shouldn't go to these ETFs for crypto, right? But it's easy for your grandma, your mom, your dad, you know what I mean? People that are just older to get into it, that don't really want to self-custody, or they just want to add crypto to their portfolio. It makes sense, right? So I totally get the ETF thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a good move for like people like us. If you guys are like into this channel, you probably know that. So anyways, all right, let's get back to this over here. Mr. Austin from Altcoin Daily. If I can switch the screen, that'd be nice. Let's see. Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin here or sell. Is a price crash coming? I haven't had a chance to watch this, so I want to see what he has to say about it. Guys, hit that like button. Appreciate you for hanging out. Let's do it.
Is it time to sell and take profits or keep hodling? Let me know what you're doing in the comments below. Let me know what you would tell a friend, and let's talk about this.
I would tell a friend that I held all the way through the last bull run, and I still held all the way through the bear market, and if I sold now, I would be a dumbass. That's what I would tell my friends. Just saying.
The percentage of Bitcoin supply that has not moved in at least a year just breached 70% for the first time.
Oh, wow.
Look at this. Wow. I think Bitcoin and crypto is in an uptrend. There will be dips, even bad dips. We know this. But I believe if and when we go down, Bitcoin will make a higher low, particularly as we get closer to the January 10th ARK Invest ETF date.
Thank you very much, DJ. He just said it perfectly. He said only suckers sell in the bear run, or a bear market rather, but yes, 100%.
Let's talk about what's going on in the world today and how Bitcoin and crypto relates to this. I urge you, see the forest through the trees. The fiscal situation in the US is beyond the point of no return. The monetary base is mathematically programmed to expand in order to service interest payments on government debt.
Yep.
Bitcoin is going to 500,000 per coin by 2030. This is just math. Wake up. And by the way,
you know what? If you guys didn't know, the government is like one of the top 5 holders or something of Bitcoin. Like their wallet is massive from, you know, confiscating all that stuff from Silk Road, and that dude that we watched the documentary, the CNBC guy that like stole a bunch of money from Silk Road, like during like the middle of it. They take all that crypto and they just keep it. So yeah, they have a lot of crypto.
Anybody saying that this is just moon boy math can't do basic arithmetic and or has not done their homework on understanding Bitcoin. When you finally do your homework and you finally understand what's actually happening in the world and how Bitcoin and crypto relate, you understand that Bitcoin is going to hundreds of thousands of dollars per coin. There is no other option. Strike CEO talks about this on Fox Business. Strike is like PayPal for the Bitcoin Lightning Network.
You know what? Actually, Mr. Patrick Murphy in the chat just said they auction it off, or they will auction it off. I'm assuming you're trying to say, but you know what? I'm just wondering, these ETFs coming out, do you think that they would force like BlackRock and those guys to purchase the Bitcoin from them, or do you think they'd rather just hold it all? I don't know. I mean, I think the government would want to control it. They wouldn't want to give it to BlackRock, but I wonder if they would like, you know, they would just use their stuff to kind of BlackRock's ETFs. I don't know. That's weird to think about.
Bitcoin is going to hundreds of thousands of dollars per coin. Jack Mallers explains why.
So what do you see? What's the future, the near term and the longer term future that you envision for Bitcoin?
Oh my gosh. This thing's going to hundreds of thousands of dollars per coin, Charles. I mean, the US government is in so much debt. The way I think about Bitcoin's price equals technology plus fiat liquidity. So it's going to go up because it's innovative tech and it's better money. But what really shoots it up at a neck-breaking pace is when our government is tens of trillions of dollars in debt and has to roll that debt over. So they got a lot of money to print and financial assets are going to soar. And Bitcoin goes up the most because it's the hardest to make more of. It's over, man. This thing's going to the moon.
You know, so interesting, too, because it's not just the U.S. I was just reading today, globally, these countries, these advanced nations and all this fiat currency are going to have to spend $2 trillion on the interest alone, and they won't stop spending, Jack. They just won't stop spending money, and it's coming back to haunt them, and it's coming back to maybe people realizing fiat currency is not the place to be, huh?
Charles, this would be my message to America. Give me a second on this one. Guys, the U.S. government's got about $10 trillion over the next 2 years to roll over, refinance. That's debt. Our country's in debt. It's a huge problem. They got 3 options. 1, they could pay it back. It's not a real option because we don't got the money. We're broke. 2, Our government could come out.
This guy's got balls going on the news station and saying all this. He's gonna have a hit for his life,
Charles, and say, you know what, guys, we screwed up. After World War II, we changed the way money worked. We got off the gold standard. We issued debt all over the place. We got way too cocky. And actually, all of our banks don't have your money. They're insolvent. All the airlines you fly and travel on aren't actually good businesses that should be in business. Healthcare shouldn't actually be free. We screwed up. We piled 100%. On so much debt and screwed up the younger generation, and we're in huge trouble. So we're going to have to let everything fail and reset this country. Now, they're not going to do that, are they, Charles? They have a third option, which is unique to the government. They could print the money that they're missing. And when they print the money that they're missing, they're stealing from all the people that hold U.S. dollars. And so what they'll do, they'll have to do is print dollars. And the only way to save yourself is own not dollars. And that's when you see things like the S&P 500 and gold and Bitcoin soar. And so that's what's going to happen over the next 2 years. They got to print 3 times more than they did during COVID.
I love your enthusiasm, Jack.
By the way, make sure you subscribe to our channel.
He's like, but shut up because you're going to get us delisted from this stream. But if you guys haven't seen, this is the dollar worth chart. Like, just in general, like the dollar's value has just significantly went down. Actually, this might not be the actual chart. Dollar's worth, purchasing power of the US dollar. Yeah, I guess kind of. But overall, it's like it is not worth what it used to be worth. It's crazy. It really is crazy, but whatever.
Daily videos just like this, keeping you informed on the entire cryptocurrency market. If you're interested in making money in cryptocurrency, subscribe to our channel, Daily Videos. So I think we're in a bull market. I think Bitcoin is going to continue to grind higher. Again, there will be dips, but there's a huge bull rally coming, and some people call it FOMO season. FOMO season starts when Bitcoin's 2-week RSI crosses 70 for the first time. So in this...
What? Patrick Murphy, USOB. What is this? What happened? When is this? When was this put out? March 31st. Oh, this is a while ago. All right, yeah. U.S. government sold $216 million of Seized Silk Road Bitcoin this month. What? Did they really? I didn't know that. That's crazy. They have a shit ton though, so don't worry about this. Is like a freaking drop in the bucket for how much Bitcoin they actually own over there. I feel like maybe I did see that. I don't know. Weird.
This line down here passes this line right here, like it's done here, like it's done here, like here, and right here. If we repeat the gains of the last bull market, Bitcoin's price goes to $137,000. I love this. I think this is accurate. Let's get to some altcoin news. If you're bullish on Solana, if you're a Solana holder, you might be eligible to claim this airdrop. Nearly 1 million Solana wallets are eligible for the Jupiter airdrop. The DEX aggregator is giving away 4 billion Jup tokens.
I don't trust airdrops. Something about it, man. They're always scammy. Someone wanted me to look at the US debt clock, so yeah, you guys can see the let's see, total work. I gotta scroll over a little bit. Right here, the US debt clock, right? Let's see. State debt. Dude, look at this. Is like trillions of dollars. Look at how fast it's going up too. This is absurd. It's so crazy. Just look at this. Like, it's freaking nuts. I'll put this link in the chat if you guys are interested, but yeah, it's kind of crazy.
So Solana users could be in for another treat following the blockchain's recent boom. Nearly 1 million Sol wallets are eligible for 4 billion tokens from decentralized finance aggregator Jupiter. So the 4 billion Jupiter tokens are about 40% of Jupiter's total Jup token supply. Now, what you need to know is this airdrop takes place next week with 1 billion Jupiter tokens to users who have made a minimum of 1,000 in swap volume on the protocols. So if you think this applies to you, you could claim this airdrop. Jupiter is one of the biggest DeFi projects in the Solana space. The swap aggregator, which
I just don't trust airdrops, but you can make some money off it.
Built for smart traders who like money, allow users to find the best rates when trading tokens. In other news, somebody just paid $400,000 for this Ethereum NFT of Vitalik as a Juster. $400,000. The painting.
I would slap that guy. Why? Or girl, whoever. Why? What is wrong with people? Like, what the fuck? It's like people buying feet pictures. That's equivalent to NFTs for me. I don't understand it. Like, I will never get it.
A
never get
Vitalik named ETH Boy by Trevor Jones
So
and a
stupid.
lot of money broke records in 2020. The Ethereum NFT just sold for a lot more. Stuff like this shows me the speculators are back. Bull market's coming back. I love news like this. You know I'm bullish on Chainlink. I think Chainlink has some great tokenomics, particularly going into this next bull run. They do a great job of generating revenue and capturing that revenue. So let's talk about, why I'm bullish on Link, the ecosystem, and Link the token. The economic system for Link is ingenious. Whenever Chainlink services are needed, Link, their token, is also required. Need price feeds for your DeFi protocol? Buy Link. Need real-time weather data for your crop insurance protocol? Buy Link. Need to transfer your tokenized T-bill from one blockchain to another? Buy Link. These are only a few use cases,
like they're really
but you
pushing
get
you
the
to buy
point.
Link.
Demand for Link is directly proportional to the demand for Chainlink
What is
services.
happening?
This is why I'm so focused on Chainlink compared to other projects, utility over everything. So
Weird.
let's answer the question,
Look at that,
am I
Kaspa.
selling my crypto right now, or am I hodling still my crypto right now? And the answer to this question is I'm still buying, actually. And here's the thing.
I so thought he was talking about
Do not make
Kaspa
the
right
mistake
there.
of not having a take
Look
profits
at
strategy.
actually. Whoa, hold on. That was perfect. I didn't even realize it was at 15 cents. Right there. 15.2317. Jesus. That's what I got to last night. Holy
Still
hell.
buying, actually. And here's the thing. Do not make the mistake of not having a take profits strategy this cycle. Do not make that mistake. I certainly have one. But I'm bullish going into 2024 with the pending ETF approval. I'm bullish with the upcoming halving with Bitcoin. I'm bullish with real working altcoin projects capturing value in the cryptocurrency space today. The fact is, this cycle is unlike every other crypto cycle we've ever had in many, many metrics. And again, keep in mind, this video is not financial advice. No videos are ever financial advice. It's always just opinion and information. But I'm bullish. I'm bullish. Retail isn't here yet, not even close. So I ask you, am I crazy for not taking profits here? Am I crazy for not taking profits here? Am I absolutely insane? Hey, make sure you subscribe.
Definitely not. Definitely not. I wouldn't take profits in a bear market. It's just absolutely stupid if you do that, at least in my opinion. But guys, that is going to do it. If this would switch, that would be nice. That's going to do it for today's video. Let's see if you guys have any questions in the chat. We can talk about a few things if you'd like. Oh, I actually, you know what? I just 3D printed this. I'm going to add this to the store. I actually got to open the store again. This is a KS0 holder. I know it's kind of hard to see with my camera like focusing and stuff, but I'll take some pictures after so it sits on its side. And this is going to work pretty cool, I think. What do you guys think about that? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. I kind of wish it printed a little smoother though, like around the bevel here. But I don't know. There's got to be a way to change that. I'll try to figure it out. Either way, I think it's pretty cool. It's a nice little like holder for it, so it's not just like on its side on the ground, like it won't tip over and shit. You know what I mean? That's kind of the whole point behind it. But I ended up, I do have, so again, like I said, I just traded all my CPU mining rigs for 2 KS0 Pros, so I'm gonna be taking those off the wall shortly. I gotta pack them all up, and they've been off anyways. So I'm like, why not? Why not get back into a little bit more Kaspa mining versus, you know, CPU mining or shitcoin mining? I'm just gonna be honest, like I'm just so done personally with all these random altcoins and core wallets, and I'm just so sick of it. I don't know why. I'm just so sick of it. Maybe one in the Kaspa color scheme. Yeah, I thought about it. I'd have to look for the PLA. So this is stuff I already had just kicking around. So this, yeah, shiny blue. I made one that's red too. Because I have 2 units. So yeah, I printed these 2 out. This one and that one. Just to see. I wanted to make sure that one of them was going to print perfect. And they actually both came out good. So pretty excited about that. But yeah, I needed something. So I was testing this one with the KS0. I want to make sure it does. I mean, yeah, the KS0 Pro. I wanted to make sure it didn't get too hot. But I mean, there's really nothing to it. It's literally just, you know what I mean? It's barely, has like no points of contact really. It's like 4 points. So it's not really a huge deal. And this is just to like keep it locked in so it doesn't fall over. All right, let's see. Everything I spec became God tier. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of like, you know, actually Veriscoin had a good pump at one point. I don't know what it's at now. Dynex, actually, you know what? Let's look at Dynex real quick because I haven't looked at that at all in a while. Just before we get out of here. Let me see what Dynex is at. Let me change that as well. All right, Dynex. Dynex was having a pump, actually. It's at 318. Oh, wow. It's at $1.25. Holy shit. Oh, my God. Why is it? Why? Why did you change out of dark mode? What is happening? Jeez, that was weird. Anyways, rank 318. We have $1.25. 125. Imagine. That'd be amazing. Man, it's having a pretty good pump. Let's see. Fully diluted. It's only 96. Yeah, 96 million. Interesting. Interesting. What do you guys feel about Dynex? How do you feel about that? We actually did have a huge video AMA with Sumitomo and the team. And I mean, they're doing good things, to be honest. So I'd keep your eyes on that. I think personally that if Dynex, everything goes smooth with it and it is doing everything it says it's going to do and the marketplace booms with the AI stuff, I think Dynex might carry us in the next bull run when it comes to crypto mining. My opinion. I don't know. Yeah, I could be wrong. But it's either that or ETC. I don't know what else is going to be doing better when it comes to GPUs. ASICS, obviously, Kaspa miners, but in general, GPUs, we have a shit ton of them, or at least I do, that are just off doing nothing. So I'm hoping that at some point this gets the price appreciation that it deserves, and hopefully I can, yeah, just mine a bunch of it. And it's super, what's it called? It's efficient. So that's kind of another reason. I feel DNX will be a more stable coin than Kaspa. I feel like Kaspa is the new Doge. No, actually, you know what? I disagree. Only because I saw the utility firsthand the other night. So last thing I'm going to talk about before we get out of here, the ASICS that I purchased, right? So I was up late trying to figure out what to do. So I was talking to a few people trying to find out who to purchase this thing from, and I ended up getting 5K as zeros, right? To get the 5K as zeros, I swapped out of certain coins, okay? Flux, sold it all. Not trying to be, you know, not against anything, but I sold all that, and I sold like all these little shit coins I had in my wallet, right? And then I ended up selling some Kaspa as well to like make up the rest of the difference, right? So I simple swapped Flux. It took 3 hours. 3 hours. It was absolutely miserable, okay? And it was literally, I was watching the block confirmations and it was literally the block time. It wasn't anything to do with simple swap, or I mean, it might have been like maybe an hour with simple swaps, you know, issues, but overall it was at least 2 hours block confirmations to get to the point where it needed to be so it could be swapped and confirmed. Now, Kaspa, the little bit that I added to swap into, oh, actually, and I lost $100 by the time it ended up swapping. So that kind of sucked. So I had to send Kaspa while I was waiting for the Flux to go through. Took 5 minutes. Out of my wallet, into Simple Swap, back into my wallet, USDC, literally under 5 minutes. It was fantastic. And I'm sitting there waiting, and I'm like looking, and finally by the time Simple Swap said confirmation or processing exchange or whatever it was, when they were like actually swapping the coins for you, they like give you like a run by run, like 4-step process, right? Rundown. So by the time they were actually exchanging my coins, I saw the projected how much I was going to get, and I was like, son of a bitch, that is $100 less than when I actually triggered the sale to go through. So I had to send more Kaspa, and then that one came through faster than the Flux even finished coming through. I was so mad, dude. But the utility in general, seeing how fast Kaspa was, that alone opened my eyes way further than any information about Kaspa could have, because any other coin would have taken way longer than what Kaspa actually took to swap. And for it to not even need an exchange, for me to have an exchange account or anything along those lines, just going right to Simple Swap, it was like boom, boom, done. You know, it just made sense. But I don't know if you guys are going to use Simple Swap, feel free. I have a link. I don't think it's in the description below here, but I'll add it in as soon as we're done here. But it's definitely a good option if you guys don't have anywhere safe to trade it, because I am not sending it to Trade Ogre after all that shit that's been going down. Like, they're just holding people's Kaspa, so not doing that. And you can't swap to USDC anyways. It has to go from Kaspa to Bitcoin, and that's it. And then you can go Bitcoin to USDC if you want. But I don't know. It's too many avenues for me. I'm not even gonna deal with it. I'm just doing Simple Swap, call it a day, see you later. You know, that's just me. Let's see. Pellish Miner, I'm not down with Flux. It does nothing for me. I need speed, not a sloth. Yeah, that's true. I mean, and it's, you know what, and it's nothing against Flux at all. Like, it sucks that it's slow, but like Kaspa's main utility is speed. It's speed, and it's meant to be a cash system, right? It's made to replace the dollar, and I understand that. Like, that's what it is. Kaspa means silver in like ancient Arabic or something, and that's what they're going towards. So I don't know. I'll make a video about this a little later if I have some time. Might not be today, might be towards the middle of the week. I'll talk about Kaspa a little bit and where I'm at with the miners and kind of my mindset on it. I think it's a good thing for you guys to understand. But anyways, hopefully you guys have a great and happy Monday. Enjoy your week at work. I'll catch you guys bright and early tomorrow morning around 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. Peace out, guys. Have a good day.